Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm roasting one person who passed away in every year of the 20th century. Today I'll be roasting U.S. Senator, 1924 loss, and a man who looks like he has a butler that runs on steam, Henry Cabot Lodge. Although Lodge is primarily remembered for being opposed to the League of Nations, the post-World War I precursor to the United Nations, he actually wanted the U.S. to join the League so long as it didn't interfere with the U.S.'s sovereignty. Lodge was inspired by the League's vision of all countries in the world agreeing on a set of rules. He just wasn't inspired by the League's vision of the U.S. following those rules. Lodge was a leading voice against women's suffrage in the Senate and successfully got a plank in the Republican platform changed from support for suffrage to support for states determining whether or not to give women suffrage. Lodge felt that women were just not intellectually up to the challenge of being able to vote unless they were also up for the challenge of living in one of the 11 states where they already could. Lodge was a firm advocate of the U.S. retaining the Philippines as a colony after gaining control of it during the Spanish-American War because Lodge said that it was key to the U.S. developing trade with Asia. Interesting, you know who else needed to control the Philippines in order to develop their trade with Asia? The people who lived in the Philippines. Lodge criticized people who wanted to negotiate with the Filipinos because he said that Asian people are by nature unable to understand kindness as anything but a show of weakness and an incentive to riot. That is so racist and so funny coming from Lodge of all people, because how would he know what happens when you're kind to Asian people? In 1891, a lynch mob in New Orleans killed 11 Italian men, which Lodge used as an opportunity to blame the victims and write about how the United States needed to limit immigration from Italy. You might say that's remarkably cold and heartless, but I don't know. If Lodge was really heartless, why would he be trying to protect Italians from living in a country that would empower Henry Cabot Lodge? In an anti-immigration screed, Lodge once wrote about the superiority of the English-speaking race and about how much better it was than all the lower races. I disagree. I actually think that us English speakers are at a huge disadvantage in one major way. It's way easier for us to understand Lodge. Alright, please consider donating to help the family that I sponsor in Gaza. If you'd like to support me or watch bonus videos, please check out my Then let me know who else to roast, and join me next time when I'll be roasting three-time presidential nominee, 1925 loss, and a man who looks like he's conducting an all-clown horn orchestra, William Jennings Bryan.